on YouTube. But for breakers, movers, uh, whatever type of movement art you're into, and if you're not, you can try some of these more dynamic stretches. And I was just playing around with some of them. And I was like, ah, this would be really a creative way to stretch before training, especially for b boys, b girls, be they. So yeah, here's what something looks like. So first, hold on, give me just a sec. All right, I'm back. I'm back. Hopefully, y'all can hear me. I got my headset on, headphones on. All right. So first of all, dynamic stretches. What are dynamic stretches? Dynamic stretches are active stretches. If you remember in gym class when you were a kid, and the teachers tell you go in butterfly and bounce like so. This was like a thing in the '80s, I think, for us. They're bouncing, and all of a sudden everyone said, "Don't bounce." People can pull their hamstring or groin muscles because if you're super tight, yes, of course you can pull your groin muscles. So we're not necessarily going to do that, but we are actually going to work with like low back stuff, move slow if you have any issues. And I figured I'd just do this over the lunch hour. I'm just going to be here for a few minutes, maybe 15 minutes. We'll see. Um, and yeah, and just kind of go through some basics here. It's also part of the Freedom Movement Therapy program if you want to check it out. It's a lot of therapeutic foundational exercises and things like that to help really, because I'm a b-boy, really I think of breakers and dancers when I'm putting together programs, but then I start from there and I work my way back. So it is really pretty therapeutic. Um, so first, she's going to start with the basics. If you have a mat, if not, be careful on your spine. You're just going to start with the egg rolls, whatever kind of rolls. I remember in gymnastics, we did a lot of this, but if you're a breaker, you need to get used to, or if you're learning how to break or getting back into it, you need to learn how to have a relationship with your back and the ground. And as you get older, I recommend padding your back up. I remember me and my bro used to wear like 3 sweatshirts, two or three headbands on our heads when we were learning how to do windmills and stuff like that. So it was pretty fun. But this is just getting a relationship with the back. And also, this is very therapeutic for massaging your spine. So, massaging your spine is really good for your lymphatic. So, you got the neurolymphatic that runs up your spine. Um, and the lymph is what helps to drain and flush out toxins in your body. So, just spend a little time rolling. And it's also a little control thing. Be easy. You can do it right here. If it's too dynamic, just kind of do a little roll. And again, I recommend having a yoga mat and that sort of thing. Good. So we're just rolling that out. Awesome. And now, after you've rolled your spine a little bit, got a little bit of that energy going in your spine, loosening things up, then you're just going to go ahead and lay back with your knees like so. I'll turn a little bit. Knees, feet flat, legs together, arms out to the sides. You're going to keep your legs stacked for now, especially if you have issues with your lower back. Keep them stacked. And we're just going to do a gentle rock twist. I call it rock twist because we want to think of like a rhythm. If your rhythm's slower, fine, move slower. But we're going to rock and then we're in a twist. Rock, twist, rock, twist, rock, twist. And you can stay here for quite a while until your back starts to feel like it loosens up. If you start to go into a point where you start to feel like you're tightening up, then I would recommend not uh, if it feels like it's starting to get tighter as opposed to looser, then you maybe need to make some adjustments, or maybe you go back to the egg roll. So we're just rocking side to side, stretching out that back a little bit. And it's dynamic because we're moving. We keep moving. That's just dynamics. So something more subtle would be obviously you rock to the side and you hold it, which is probably what most of us are used to. But when you're preparing for movement or getting ready to go, ballistic and dynamic stretching is great for your body. You just got to do it in a way that's safe and think of your body as your muscles and your tendons as like thick rubber bands that you're just trying to soften and loosen and get blood flow in there. Okay, so then after we go into the rock and twist, now we're going to go into rock, twist, and give just a little kick, and you'll feel a little more stretch down that piriformis a little bit. Rock, kick, twist. Now, if you're a B-boy, B-girl, B-day, you'll know exactly what I'm doing here. Rock, twist, kick. Rock, twist, kick. For those of you that don't know and didn't come from some of the old school, it's a kickstart backspin. So it's also a way that you can learn how to go into a backspin. You see the people who want to do it at weddings and they kick both their legs and they snatch both their legs in there and then they roll like an egg sideways. It's pretty funny. So, but if you want to learn how to do the kick, twist, backspin, you got to learn this position: rock, kick, twist. So that's the therapy of b-boy and breaking. And breaking is in the pre-setups for most of the things. It's therapeutic stuff, and I talk about a lot of this in my programs. I'm just giving a little therapeutic movement right now. And again, just do it till your back starts to feel like it loosens up. As I've gotten older and still performing, I found that dynamic stretching or dynamic range of motion has been the most valuable thing for me to keep me moving. So I just gave you a golden nugget right there if you're older performing, doing that. And some of y'all already know this. Rock, quick, kick, twist. Good. All right. So I told you we're just going to be here for a short while. Now, good. Just lay on your back maybe for a second and just see how that feels. Maybe feel a little more blood flow. You can straighten your legs, whatever feels okay. And just kind of feel that energy moving up and down your spine and your hips. Maybe you feel your core a little bit more activated. And you notice you don't feel like you want to take a nap yet. You feel like you want to maybe move and do more. Maybe some of y'all already started and went into a backspin. That's great. Okay. So now I want to explore this thing that connects to the egg roll, and it's called a shoulder stand in yoga. Um, and really, we just use it like break, and we use it as like a shoulder stand freeze, that sort of thing. Sometimes go out of backspin, and you got to do something to finish clean. So I roll up and maybe go into this movement. Okay, so I'm gonna show it from a couple different angles. So let's get the position first. So roll back. Now, when you're up, place your palms under your hips. Okay, and you're gonna brace yourself, and then you're gonna try to bring your elbows closer towards each other and open your chest. All right. So you have a really nice and stable position here. And it may be hard if you're not able to get your elbows close together. It may feel like too much work. If so, then you got to work on this position because it's a really good to get your chest open, especially if you're at work right now and you're just checking this out real quick. You want to be able to open your chest and be stable in that position. Also, it's good for your lymphatic system again. I'm just doing this. A lot of people are getting colds right now, so it's a good position to help with cold, sore throat. So back here, bracing here. That's what it looks like. All right. Again, if you're a breaker, a yoga person, and jujitsu, all kinds modern, we all go through these positions. So it's nothing new under the sun, really. So all I was doing when I was up here, and I was like, man, I want to try maybe share this. It's a quick way to get your blood flow into your head, for one. Okay. And then two, it helps with your limp. And three, it just helps with balance and getting yourself a little bit inverted throughout your day. If you want to bring your legs straight, get the blood rushing. Now here's where it gets fun, and this is where we play. Okay, we mobilize, stabilize, integrate, and then we play. All right. So now I'm going to go here. I'm just going to see, when you start going back here, this is a neck strengthener. So be very careful. So what I'm going to do here is go into a split. Whenever you split your legs, it lightens the load in your whole body, like especially for like in gymnastics idea, flares. That's why we do flares in gymnastics. Sometimes they can be a little easier, or in breaking, that's why you see more breakers do flares than circles, because with your legs together, it's more weight, it's more mass. So all I'm doing is just circling like so. You can just hang out here if you want, take a rest if you need, working right around, feeling that adductor stretch, feeling the quad stretch, feeling all the deep rotators of your hips getting mobilized. Good. Take your time with it, but I just wanted to be here brief with you guys because I don't want to keep you too long because I know everybody's working. And I'm just on my lunch break here, real quick, needing to move a little bit and just letting you into a little bit of my life of the type of stuff I, I mess with. Okay. Now we're going to play a little bit more. So now take a rest if you need. I'm going to stay. Watch. So I'm going to go out here. I'm going to rotate and I'm going to keep going all the way till my legs cross. One over. And then I'm going to bring my knee, like we just started out with, towards my face or my shin. And that's a fantastic piriformis stretch. All right. Bring that out again. And I'm going around. I'm going to cross over. And then I'm going to bring it towards my face. Now, again, guys, yes, as breakers, we do all kinds of stuff like this, and it's super dynamic. And sometimes when we slow down, it's like, oh man, it's so boring. But just know that your therapy is within your movement. Okay? Therapy is within your movement. It's the other side of b-boying and b-girl or breaking, let's just say. And you're just moving around. See, well, all the while you're getting this benefit of being inverted as well. This is the type of stuff if you're feeling sick or whatever and you're a breaker, or you're feeling your immune system's run down, because a lot of break-in events tend to be run late, and we like to hang out for hours after, and then we forget to do the therapeutic thing. So it's a therapeutic thing you can do uh, um after a battle. So sometimes I just play with it, might roll my feet a little bit. Good. And then if I was getting ready to go into a session, I might start to increase the dynamics a little bit. Make sure you complete the circles. They don't have to be as wide as mine. Mine's not that wide compared to some of y'all. And if you're hypermobile, add a little resistance. Don't go to your full end. So if you to hold yourself from just going to a passive stretch, you can keep a little active. Keep it active if you're really hypermobile. Meaning that if you can stretch super far, you can do the splits in all directions. You want to have some action and resistance. That's the other side of it. Just because you can do the splits doesn't mean you should do it all the time, because your ligaments get compromised. All right, I'm gonna wrap it up here, y'all. Good, good. Out, bring it up. Ooh, back. Good. If you want to plow it out, go right ahead. And then I like to roll it out. Ooh, crack, crack, crack. There's my back. Love it. Arms out to the sides. Rock and twist. Rock and twist. Very good. All right, y'all. If you feel like you need to open your hips too, that's good too. So as I'm talking and closing out here, opening up your hip flexors if you're sitting at a desk all day, or if you're bent over doing a laborious job like body work or acupuncture or anything you have to lean over the table. Maybe you're construction, maybe you're doing flooring. or something like that, this is a great way to, open up your hips, because if you're bent over all day and then you come off of work and then you just go back in and you go in session, and then all of a sudden, like, oh, why is my back bothering me? Because you got to give your back a chance to go the other direction. You got to change the pattern. So this is an easy thing you can do as well, just to add to the thing, or just lay on your stomach and do an up dog is fine too. But since we're staying in this backspin idea, so this is a kickstart backspin idea is what we're talking about, and it starts right here. So I'll just reverse that on y'all. Other side, leaning back. Make sure your toe is pointed in the back. Don't have it out like a hurdle stretch. Hurdle stretch is for if you're doing hurdles, but it's not good for your meniscus if you're doing that on a regular basis. Your meniscus is the cushions between your joints. So if you wear those down, not good. Not a good thing, because they only last so long. When you get older, then that's when they say, "Oh yeah, my grandma knees got better. My father's knees got bad." This means you're bone on bone. So you want to make sure you you don't twist against those your ligaments in your knee, because your ligaments, when they get really too stretched out, it's really hard to get back to a stable place after your ligaments too stretched. That's where gymnasts, sometimes it's not great for in gymnastics, because we stretch our ligaments out so much. I'm so glad I stopped doing the split so much and started focusing on breaking more after high school, which was many, 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 many years ago. So now here, if you're able, sitting on your feet, leaning back, this kind of also opens the hips as well. Hey, somebody just jumped on here. Okay, we're just finishing up. You can go back and watch the video. I'm just doing quick lunch hour movements. Hey, that's Theo. What's up, bro? All right. Good, good. Let's see. Yep. All right. You might be the one and only, bro. So I just did a video quick, bro. I know I just sent that last minute. I'm just trying out some lunch hour, workouts live that I might be doing. And they'll probably be on either a Tuesday or a Wednesday, around the lunch hour, things that you can do for some of the dancers that I know, and movement peoples, and trying to get back into doing these things. So watch the video. I break it down. Today we were talking about a backspin, and using that as a therapeutic movement, and just breaking it down. Kickstart backspin, like we started with when we were kids. At least in the Midwest, we started with kickstart. Then we had to learn New York style backspin, where you drop in, coin drop in, and I'll do another video on that. That's a little more dynamic. So all I'm doing here, also, if you're sitting at a desk, this is great too. I'm just leaning in. So if you start here and you bring your hips in, and don't drop in so quick, so fast. Keep your abs, your lower abdominals, a little bit engaged, and then you just kind of control it in, and then you can kind of start to just look over one side, because extension starts to help actually reset your spine. So when we do bridges and arching our back in different ways, that helps reset the spine. If that's too much, you go on your elbows and do the same thing. Walk it out into a plank, keep your stomach strong, and just go right to here. Lift your chest. That's a good psoas stretch. It's less dynamic. So there's a modification right there. Good. Curl the toes under. Maybe finishing the little child's pose movement. Step, step, and you're up. So there you go. That's a little lunch hour, 15-minute dynamic movement from yours truly, B-Boy Spirit, aka Isangu. Yeah, hope y'all enjoyed it. Maybe give a comment if you want, or utilize this as you feel you need throughout your day. Peace, many blessings. Let's see.